I'm here with a new card, Buxton Decorated Host. A new Alchemy set dropped. Not too many cards in it, but this one is kind of neat. I think there are exactly 3 commanders. Just 3 commanders, but we're playing this one. 5 mana 4/4. Rabbit Noble Buxton Decorated Host. It has Convoke at the beginning of your end step. If you control a tapped creature, seek a non-land permanent card with mana value X or less, where X is the number of tapped creatures. And then it goes into play, which is huge. It's actually kind of insane that the card that you find goes into play. Okay, I won the one game I played. This does not read like I thought it did. It says X or less. So you'll have to excuse me. These Hearthstone Alchemy cards are confusing, okay? And I also don't read text boxes, but it's X or less. So I don't always get an 8 when I have 8 tapped creatures. Therefore, it's completely chaotic, and most of the time it will hit a mana dork. Alright, after a ton of finagling and thinking, this is what I've settled on. So it's still pretty similar as what it was when I started. However, I need more of these, so this doesn't simply hit mana dorks every turn. It still has the highest chance of hitting something that is not like, Hornet Queen, but this is a good start. We can change as we go, I guess. Played 2 hours with Brawl and haven't gotten a single win. Oh! Good thing you said something. I'll take it off my list. Take it off my list of things to play and record and stream. Alright, last time I played against this commander, it scammed me. Hopefully it doesn't do it this time. But other than scamming me, there are not that many large, scary things that you can do in just black. And, I guess, colorless. So, we'll see, though. They have one of their better lands ever on turn 1. That's not good. Let us thin our deck of lands, because we're that kind of person. We're a deck thinning stream. That's what kind of stream this is. Alright, I've got all the protection in the universe. We are not having any accidental pregnancies this stream, let me tell you. I got Shroud and Hexproof. Or the weird Hexproof. No, it is just straight Hexproof. Okay, Bitter Blossom's fine. No, it's not. They had Phyrexian Tower. It's no longer fine. Bitter Blossom just turned into, like, 2 mana. Alright. So, yep. I don't need to leave my Skrelv tapped as a safekeeper in my humble onions. This seeks, so I don't have... Actually, it still makes sense to see what I find before I surveil. Okay. Another layer of protection. I have basically all of my protection in play. But that doesn't matter if they play giant black things that I can't answer. But they played Phyrexian Tower, which taps for 2. Which is annoying. Very annoying. Opponent doesn't even think to attack or anything. Yep, we're getting the old Surveilly boy. Swords was on top. Okay, that can go away. Guess I'll play Shall I pre-combat? He's a great commander if he wasn't interacted with and pressured. Yeah, I mean, that's most Planeswalker commanders. It's like, it's a 4-mana commander, so you really, really, really want a mana rock to play it on turn 3. And then you really, really want to keep it alive with some kind of red-based removal and or counterspells. I can see how it all lines up. And then it starts to do a moderately decent job of defending itself, I guess. Can I tap more than 2 creatures here? I would like to have more than 2 creatures tapped right now. That would be ideal. Okay, that's kind of an interesting block. I think I'm gonna pay 2 life for no No, let's not get dumb. Because let's just not get stupid. I'll just take the 2. And most likely the 3s aren't even that great, and I'd rather just not waste my time trying to even do that. Just not gonna do it. Yeah, I'll probably play it anyways. Okay, well, there's the stupid scam card I was talking about. Happened to me last time against this. They're like, oh, my commander? Who needs that? I'll just simply cast the giant thing from hand and win that way. With Dark Ritual. Oh, look, it's Sheoldred. Fun. That is the very card they had last time against me, actually. So I guess I get rid of anything? Skrelv is the most annoying here, but so is Sylvan's Safekeeper. Yeah, let's get rid of Safekeeper. That is a weird card to draw right now, but I don't hate it. I'm not necessarily winning by spamming Shalai's ability. I don't think I am. Let's see. I have 3 tapped, 4 tapped. There's no swingies. Alright. Thanks, game. I appreciate you. It means the world to me. It means the world to me that is what happened. This and Grazer are like the worst 2 hits. That's annoying. Okay, my opponent has something that actually doesn't really matter, right? Yeah, that doesn't matter. I can just... Whoop. Wait, do I have white mana for this? No, I don't. It has to be life. I was about to say, why is it letting me do that? My opponent has infinite lifelink in play, so that sucks. They can play the long game, sort of. Okay, game. You need to calm down. You need to calm down. Not really blocking in the air, am I? So I guess I'm swinging with that. And there's no swinging with my commander, so... Yep. And then I tap you... Oh, wait, this... Tap you... Draw? Like that? Oh, game, please! Please, stop! Please! What's going on? I need something. I need something, game, and I need it quick. I suppose the Paradise Druid is an excellent blocker, but I need to hit, like, something. I've drawn 3 lands in a row. Doesn't help. Okay, sure. Yep. I like just the back and forth here. My opponent hiding behind Sheoldred is probably a good sign, if that's just what they're doing, because they're not swinging like with more than that. Which is probably good in the long run, but who knows. I am technically drawing more than they are with this thing. Like, that was their attack, and my board was basically all tapped out, so... They could have just swung with Sheoldred and reanimated it with Liliana. I kind of have to block the Sheoldred, so... Guess I'll get rid of that. I don't think Night of Autumn does anything except blow up Bitter Blossom, and that feels kind of lame. I don't think... I think I have to do that, though. I think I just have to do that, right? I could gain 4 life, but, like, I'm losing the game to this thing, so... It will inevitably create a major issue, so... Tap 1... 2... 3... and 4? Oh no! Oh no. Okay. If we're really quiet, maybe this works. Please do something. Wait, what's happening? Calm down. Stop looking at my stuff, opponent. Breathe. Okay, we're good. Okay, that was a good hit. That was a good hit. I can disrupt something now. That was a good hit. It can happen. Probably a good idea to protect that. I got rid of the Sylvan Spurper, so we'll just use the Selfless Savior. I think this is a good idea. I think that's a good idea. What's that last card, opponent? Yeah, that's it. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm not even going to read it. Not even going to read it. Alright, I'm going to read it. Attacks, you may pay 4 when you do return target, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so it's just more Sheoldred, but worse. That's fine. Hopefully there's no spicy top deck. I am close to death. Oh boy, come on, opponent. Make decisions that favor me. Make a decision that favors me, please. Let's talk about this. No! No! Why did you do that, bro? Like, why did you do that? What's wrong? Okay, so... I take 5, 6? This can't block. I take 6. Opponent, you weren't supposed to do that. I will send this for the sake of sending it. Alright, I mean... Alright, they can recast... So it looks like Liliana into Sheoldred here, right? Liliana into Sheoldred. Sure, they reanimate that. That's fine, that's fine. And then they have 5 1/1s. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... So I have lands that let me cast this. So please don't have a discard spell. Oh my goodness, don't have a discard spell, please. Sure, yep, you get Sheoldred back. I shut down the board. I kill Liliana. And I think I'm good from here. I think this is it. Black does not deal with this except Feed the Swarm. And I guess they haven't cast it yet. Feed the Swarm has not been cast. Yep. Yep. Sack the worst thing in play, which is probably Night of Autumn. Maybe I can reanimate it or something and get some life gain or something like that. Send this card. Kill their commander. And hide, I think. Yeah, this is a sorcery only? Lame. Well, I can't tap all my stuff for it, so. And, yep. Sure. There. I could have maybe tapped one creature to just hit a 1 or 2, but I don't know. That's probably not a big deal. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. So that's the problem with Sheoldred, though. Sheoldred, this is the second time I've bumped into this commander, and it had this as the bomb for it. This is the second time that both of those things happened. Last time, this didn't really do that much. I just had infinite tokens, and then this time, Buxton just always gives me something to sack to it, right? So it's very hard for this to instill value, unless you're... Like, the best thing it was doing is recurring Scavenger if I kept, like, trading or something into it. So, that would have been... We really had Sheoldred locked down. Sheoldred the Whispering One was my first Mythic Rare ever owned on paper. It is probably my favorite card ever just because of that. I really like this card a ton. I have all the kinds of art for it, or all the old ones. I don't have, like, the new Phyrexian text one. But I love this card. Unfortunately, it's not a very good commander. I did have it as a commander at one point too, but it's just... Your opponent sacking one creature a turn is not very good. And you recurring things is only good if you're recurring, like, something important, right? And that means Sheoldred lived. It's just... It's not that exciting, but my opponent happened to have it, and we beat it. They're on the play, huh? I gotta say, I don't think I like this hand. Gotta say. Okay, well, I like this a lot. Yeah, this is just dummy broken. Delighted Halfling? Yeah. The curve I picked does not allow me to play the tap land, so this is just what it looks like. The virtues from the VLB season card for each. Oh, the mythic seasons where you use the weird, like, energy thing it gives you. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, some of them are cool. I guess some of them are cool. I don't hate them. They don't blow my mind or anything, but they're kind of neat, I guess. It looks like my commander's gonna die here on end step, but that's alright. I think the green one is alright. I can't remember all of them. I can't remember. I'd have to look at them again. I don't think I own any, and they're not like on my to craft soon list or anything like that. None of them are like that exciting to me. The most I've experienced them was when I played my one draft of Bloomburrow and someone had the blue one. Because of course they did. Alright, so I have a lot of things I can do with a lot of stuff. I can just run this out and then make my opponent's life miserable. This is probably better than Gargaroth, because Gargaroth can't just, like, swing in this board state. This also triggers Guide of Souls 15 times, doesn't it? Oh, it does. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So does Guide of Souls itself have to attack? Whenever you attack... Nope, it doesn't. So we swing here, and I believe this only triggers once, so I can't do it multiple times. So I guess I'll just do it here. Yep, pay 4. And I will tap my... Oh no, it didn't let me tap it automatically. I missed my... I guess I have to manually tap. I missed my chance to find a random 3. Not that big of a deal, but, you know, it could have mattered. I guess I just have to tap this manually. Oops. But yeah, I'm a free-to-play player, so the struggle is real. Well, I do the mastery tree because the deal is worth it. I can't pass that up, but everything else. Okay, this Mondrak is starting to be very annoying, but I do have the air, and my opponent doesn't. What does this do? I have to read it now. You draw, you add mana, or you make Balin itself larger. Sure. Sure. They have no means in which to gain life, so that shouldn't do anything. And I still have my opponent in what I assume is a nightmare scenario for them. Let's play Gugu. Let's tap this before I forget to do that. And I have to discard to pick this up, and I cannot do that, so... Tap, tap, eat my food. I don't think I need the Gilded Goose. I'm just going to tap the food for the sake of it. I really don't think I need the goose. So there's nothing reachy in play. We can swing here, here, and I guess here? You know what? I probably should have swung with this last turn with my commander. Yeah. Probably would have been a better idea. But I'm doing it now. Yeah, I could have put a little bit more damage on him. Alright, something big, something scary, something cool. Shoot. Shucks. Not very exciting. Not very exciting. Alright, don't Crater Hoof me. Quite a while. Feels like... Oh yeah, I've been playing since the game came out. I used to stream high mythic, super competitive, sweaty, high mythic standard, and then I hated my life, so I stopped doing that. Yeah, and one copy of everything is definitely easier to do. That is true. Definitely an easier thing to do. Okay, so they can make this not nearly big enough to kill me, so they must draw and use mana. This is the problem with Balin. By the time it's big enough to kill your opponent, it's too late. They have 1, 2, 3. I think they have 3 mana left. There's basically nothing in the game that saves them here, other than like Teferi's protection, something like that. But there's not really much they can do, especially if they need to draw. If they're drawing, then it's just less mana. Yeah, now there's just virtually nothing they can do. Poor Balin, dude. Poor Balin. I like this card. I tried to make it work. I tried. I made a video of it. But the token play defense strategy is just not there. You can't play... This is crazy, too, because Mondrak did, like, crazy things, and it still just doesn't matter, because Balin's in your command zone. It's just such a rough commander to play. Maybe in paper where there's more token things that matter, but that doesn't exist here. Could still have Teferi's Protection, surprise Craterhoof next turn or something. They could play. They could run Fog. They could be deep. Could be deep in it. They have some kind of instant that costs 1 or 2 since the start of the game, I think, as well. And it's not Swords of Plowshares, so I don't know what it is. Lightning Bolt, maybe? No, they would have killed the Guide of Souls 10 years ago. Okay, they march and they get 10, right? Yeah, they get 10. Well, they don't have haste, but they found new mana. So they have 3 mana again? Is that how that reads? Opponent, you're totally tapped out here. You can't just 1-for-1 removal me now at this point. Tap 4 creatures, tap 3. Okay, they have 5 mana. That's more than I thought. Okay, sure. Then they make tokens back. Okay, they have, what is this, 4 mana? Yeah, I got 4. I would be so happy if my opponent did something that won this game. It would blow my mind. Alright, looks like that's not the case. Well, if you're going to click through it all, at least let me swing at you. Don't just concede. Let me get my attack on, you know, let me get my game going. Whoa! They just made so many tokens on the end step. Jeez. They made so many tokens on the end step. Alright, well, I might get what I asked for. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is a lot of cards. Oh, this is an insane amount. This is actually the last turn no matter what, because they have to stop me from killing them. And if I don't kill them now, they just gain infinite life because they have infinite, like, I'm just dead on an attack on their turn. That was just disgusting. Yeah, Ocelote's Pride Mondrak. Who would have guessed? The 1-mana mythic from the new set just makes 400 tokens for no reason. Buxton Seeked based off of how many tapped. Pulled something. Yeah, it'd be excellent if it did what I thought it did. I would be getting exactly what I want. Overwhelming Splendor would just win the game. Well, maybe not, though. I mean, they do have an army of 1/1s, but they wouldn't have an army if I... So, if they tap too many things, I can swing with the ground creatures, and they're at 2. So they gotta be wise what they tap and how they tap and whatnot. If they tap too low, but they have removal, and then it's too late because I swing with too many, and you don't have any more blockers. And I have a Guide of Souls trigger, and the Giver of Runes as well, which probably seals the deal, because I can dodge 1 removal spell, which means they have to find even more. You're about to rope out. Okay, cord for 8 is what? Is there anything I can do? No, I don't think so. Let me randomly find something to do. Nope. Alright. What is 8? What is 8? What is 8? They can't be Avacyn, it can't be Craterhoof. What is 8? Hornet Queen, that's not enough. That's not enough. 8 tokens, you're at 2. It's not enough, right? Let's see, I swing like this. You're at 2, you block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm not swinging with that. I'm gonna force them to have a white card. Okay, so push the control key, let this happen. Let's draw, because nothing else matters. It's the last turn anyways. Let's let that resolve on something that I wouldn't miss. So if it was to force my opponent to kill it, let's use you. And then I tap this for green. I really wish I could do white, but I can't. So green. Then I can remove control. Alright. Could have done Elder Gargaroth, because they'll just block it, but I really hope that card they have isn't gonna save them. That they've had, I think, since the start of the game. Maybe it was just Court of Calling, and it wasn't a 1-mana spell or something. It could have just been a low Convoke. Okay, these have Death Touch, and nothing is Trample. They don't have to double block or anything like that. Opponent, you're gonna rope out. You gotta click. You gotta at least try to block. Send it. No, the double blocks don't matter. They're wasting tokens. You're wasting blockers. You gotta move that white token somewhere else. Assuming this matters. It looks like it won't matter, actually. It looks like I may have more attackers and I didn't need Giver anyways. Yeah, okay. They also missed some, like, I think my opponent panicked on the rope there and didn't block appropriately at the end. Yeah, it looks like they were just dead even if I didn't have Giver runes. I could have also swung with Giver, and apparently that may have been a breakpoint that would have mattered too, but I don't think I would have ever seen the attack with Giver. It's probably just always better to force them to have a, you know, a white answer to something that's flying over the green creatures. That is insane. Absolutely insane. Do we like this? I think we like this. Right, we got a 2-drop. I can't really play this on 1. Okay, yeah, alright. Oh, it's the Otter. Alright, I have not beat Brawl yet. I've only played it a few times, though, but I haven't beaten it. I'm not beating it. Alright, I'll play this because this could be my land drop next turn, assuming Cultivate gets countered or something. Appears to not be the case. This tapped. And I want to play this. I could have played this as my land for the turn just now and not played Guide of Souls. I can still play this as a creature, convoke out my commander and stuff. I think I'm really interested in... Wait, this only hits creatures, right? Yeah. Rhystic Study? Alright. I'll take it. My opponent missed a land drop, so that's fair. Okay, well, Rhystic Study exists, so that's just not going to happen. Buxton on 2. It's fine. I hit the worst thing in my deck. This and a Boreal Grazer are the worst things I could have possibly hit. Excellent. Alright, so play your commander, and or you can do that too. Why not? Alright, well, we're absolutely interested in dealing with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I'm at a point where I almost don't have to care about it because I can just kill everything they do. I refuse to let my opponent draw, but I also don't want to get hit by a... Alright. I'm going to do this and let them draw off of Rhystic Study, because what I'm doing is stronger than that. So, I'm going to do this. This is kind of miserable, but, like, I'm going to do this. Alright, so Guide of Souls lets something have flying out of nowhere, which could be very problematic for my opponent. But again, I did just let him draw cards. But I'm really trying to just surprise Windmill Slam this Elesh Norn. This is not a wizard, huh? Thought it was a wizard. Flame of Venor didn't draw any cards. Interesting. Very interesting. I love to see this. Shoot. I love to see this. Alright, well, I think I'm just going to win when I cast Elesh Norn. It's just probably just going to end the game. Their entire board dies, and then I just have, like, Omega Lethal. So, that's just probably it for them. Unfortunate. I'm going to just tap because it doesn't matter. I'm going to tap this. And then get a 5 or less. So a 1-drop. We got a 5! Oh, taste it, Rhystic Study. That didn't matter anymore. You taste it. You taste it. If it started on the second one, or if I had read ahead, I could tax them so they can't Rivers Rebuke me. That would be kind of cool. But that's not the case. It's basically Rivers Rebuke or bust. And they're tapping, so I take it as not River's Rebuke. Alright, yeah. They just don't have anything. Alright. Opponent was a bubbly character. Very bubbly person. I think they were remote spamming before I could even pick my opening hand. Yeah, okay, cool. We actually did hit a 5. Unfortunately, it was at a time where, like, this didn't do anything at all. Of course, but... I mean, our hand is solid. This is never going to matter. Blue-red is a... It really struggles from behind. It really struggles from behind. Yeah, but... Alright. Or it can, unless it has one of its bailout cards in the form of River's Rebuke. You be in 2 of my videos? I don't recognize your name. I recognize a few people. I guess I'll remember it now. Now that you say something. Like, now I remember. But there's, like, Jeffrey something, that other person who only plays Redain. There's, like, a mono-white player who I've only beaten once. For some reason, he just solved the format with his mono-white Redain deck. And he's the only one playing mono-white. But... yeah, I guess I'll remember you now, Infinity. It's an easy name to remember. With the Nicol Bolas avatar. Oh no! My cards. Well, Elesh Norn has no text and will get discarded very swiftly, because that's all my opponent does anyways. I'm gonna get rid of it. Let us surveil. Oh, man. Oh, I can't say no. Okay, more crucial to me to play this than it is that. Especially on 2, my opponent's next turn is probably Tinybones anyways. So I would love them to play Tinybones, and then I poke it. Don't kill it! Just give it the old poke-ski-poo. Before I play more creatures, now it has no text. And now, I can play Magic. So we play that. And we play this, and Phelia will be discarded, but I don't care, because my opponent's text box is missing. And my commander has Convoke, so it is annoying to kill repeatedly. Because all my creatures just tap repeatedly. Okay, so I'm going to have to manually tap this. So I'm going to have to hit full control or something. They could have 2 removal spells, but that still leaves me with a card I could draw. That lets me cast it anyways. Looks like they are killing these. Okay. Not really upset with that. Killing mana dorks is the most miserable thing you can do. Okay, I found another answer to their thing. Pay... like that. Okay, make sure I don't eat the food. Haha! Bask in the glory of replacing the mana dork you killed, you fool. Haha! Buxton goes wild. This is banking on racing me, yeah. What happens? You were in the Zakama video? Whoa! You were playing Azusa? Perfect Vorinclex into second Vorinclex? I don't no, you're going too far back. I can't even remember how to go to the, like, where my bathroom is in my house sometimes, so I can't remember that. That's crazy, though. It's crazy you remember that. It's crazy that you saw that. You're like, oh, wow, you, like, put that together. That's nuts. I don't have that kind of memory. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Zakama's one of my favorite cards. I should play Zakama again. I really should. Oh, I got Shalai. Shalai's awesome here, right? Is Shalai good? You know what? It's not that exciting. It's not that exciting. But it's pretty cool. Watching for that long? Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for being consistent. Your loyalty is appreciated. Yes. Loyalty. Alright, tap that, let's do this, put that there, do this. Okay, so how does this work? How does this work? Okay, they just draw cards and be annoying. That's fine. Let's tap like this. And swingies? I'm not going to swing the bird, so I'll only get 4 or less with an attack like this. This has lifelink. It's very annoying. Hard to erase that, but I don't know. Probably can. Probably can. Creators being themselves, yeah. A lot of people like it when I post. We're 1-1 now. Oh, you shouldn't have told me that. Now I'm gonna be sweaty next time I see your name. What was I gonna say? Out the window it went. Out the window it went. Can't remember. Tragic. They're really thinking about blocking. I don't know if you should. You might as well not block. I don't know. Oh, that sucks. That kind of sucks, huh? So I have 2 creatures, so whatever I choose doesn't matter. Alright, tragic. They're just going to make me discard it. I guess I got around the trigger of this. Because now I can't discard anything. Don't you dare have a second removal spell in your mono discard deck. That's what I thought. Straight stop play to come stream. That's funny. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. A lot of people like my I post losses. That's it. I post me losing. People like to watch that. People like to watch me suffer. Okay, so if I swing all out, what happens? I swing all out. This goes here. This goes here. My opponent goes to 7. They take 1, 2, 3, 4. Tragic. So I can allow them to just chump here, which is very unfortunate, but I guess that's just the nature of reality. Wait, no, this has Death Touch. Hold on. It's got Death Touch. Okay. Okay, I forgot this existed. That's not good. I would prefer my opponent not have a ideal answer trade here. That's really not what I wanted to see, but that's what I signed myself up for when I swung like this. Whoops. Alright, so I don't have to cast this now. I can cast it whenever I want, and it will be for just 1. But if my opponent commits a discard spell or something, that seems nice. Has 1 or fewer cards, they can flip this. They can flip it now, but it comes in tapped and they die, so that doesn't work. Tinybones joins up. Okay. Haha! Enjoy your no ETB. I forgot that was going to happen. Oh, I love it. Alright, looks like my opponent conceded. I don't think Tinybones does it. Block 4, take lethal. No, it's 1 off! It's 1 off! But my opponent doesn't know about this. Haha! It is now lethal. This makes 1 token, and that actually kills my opponent. I literally needed 1 damage, and there it is. That's hilarious. March of the Multitude. I randomly picked one too, by the way, assuming I was going to discard it, and it wound up just winning the game. Okay, so given this blocking, I think my opponent just wasn't doing math, and we're just actually AFK. Alright, yeah, I don't think they were salty, they were just like not... They just alt-tabbed or something. Because otherwise they would just, you know, be weird again in that spot. Okay, well, in order to not immediately lose, I will keep a hand like this. Oh, come on! Guide of Souls! Give me a break. Give me a break with this card, please. Whoa! My opponent just didn't play an what? Okay, well, I mean, I'm gonna... Well, their commander has Flash. I don't expect them to just cast it randomly. Oh, you know what? If I knew I had Flare in my hand, I would have actually played the Caretaker. I would have played the Caretaker there, if I was paying attention. That, yet again, is not my opponent's commander. They don't have a land? Ooh. Oh, no, 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 no. So you... And then you... And then get rid of the Caretaker. Maybe I literally don't have to do that. Maybe I can just keep it in play, right? Maybe I don't have to do it. Maybe that's fine. Cathar's Crusade is excellent, but this is more excellenter, so I'll do that. 1, 2, 3. have anything in life. Not even that. How do you like it, opponent? Well, at least mine is a lot easier to cast than my opponent's. I actually like this card here. It can essentially draw 2 cards a turn and keep my creatures tapped consistently. And I also haven't played it yet, so... might have to just kill their commander again with this card. Sure, that's not... That doesn't feel like it matters. Maybe it does. I feel like it doesn't. And then... like that. Okay, not really that exciting, but sure. Let's get rid of you. I don't think I need more of any particular color, but I do have a triple green card in my hand, so why not? My opponent's also mana screwed, or they missed a land drop again. Missed it again. Alright, well, there goes that. I'm not too upset with it. It at least replaced itself, so it's kind of fine, right? It is what it is. This can be good. I don't know if I really need to blow up this Banishing Light, though. Oh, wait a minute. This is nuts, isn't it? I can play this, and then I can play this. And double Night of Autumn is awesome. I could just make 2 of these. Oh, this is really cool. Look at that. I've never done that before. No, I mean, it's the first time I've played it, so clearly I haven't done it before. I suppose I'm blowing up the Banishing Light, and I don't really know what the other thing to blow up is. Actually don't know. I don't want to blow up the Ichor Wellspring, right? Because they just draw a card off it. Although they could flicker spam it, and maybe that's just annoying enough to... No, I think I'll just put counters on the token. Because at this point I'm actually trying to bludgeon my opponent to death, right? And it would make sense to play this first for more damage. Alright, I don't know if Phelia is fast enough anymore. There's no way I'm playing my commander over swinging for 13. Alright, looks like a board wipe. Looks like a board wipe. It may not be a board wipe. Play this as a land. That's fine. Yeah, Alchemy card just a little strong. Just a little good. This is not a board wipe. I don't know what this is. Okay, don't care about that. You can flicker that all you want. Grasp of Fate, again, you cannot flicker that. So you just draw off of Ichor Wellspring. And then you almost die, actually, because I have so much damage sitting here. Can you even swing? Wow. Okay. Oh, I have a token to kill. Alright, fair enough. That's what I... Yeah, so attacking makes sense. Opponents on their P's and Q's. Like to see it. Love to see it. Alright, I don't believe this is lethal, but it feels better than anything else I feel like doing, so I'm going to do it. And you can't stop me. Probably not necessary, honestly. Probably not necessary. Probably should have gotten a creature, but I didn't. I think this is a concession. I think they're just casting things and then they're gonna... Yeah, they're just casting and scooping. Yeah, they got mana screwed. They did get mana screwed. But they were still doing things. They still answered my stuff and had, you know, the best one drop. Or a really good one. I don't know if this... Is this better than, after playing a bunch? I do like it. I really do like it. It's nowhere near as exciting because it says X or less instead of X. I think this card could have absolutely been a non-alchemy card and just said mana value X. It costs 5 mana. You're not toolboxing like one card combos really, and if you are, there are better cards than this to just do that, like play Brick or whatever, play Keenan. Keenan just combos anywhere else. I don't think this has any reason to do the X or less thing. I think that's a little weird, but it does mean your deck just has to expect not anything super exciting off of its hits, because in order to get it in play, you must have mana dorks. You cannot play a bunch of ramp spells that are not creature based, because you need creatures to have to be tapped for this to do anything in the first place. So the convoke part is extremely weird. Like if all your creatures tap for mana anyways, it's just goofy that this has convoke. And like I played the mirror match and someone had Ornithopter. That's cool. You can tap. It's a Mox Amber, or really it's a Mox. No, yeah, okay, we just call it a Mox Amber. You could just hit Ornithopter off of your Buxton. So like, congratulations, you put Ornithopter in your deck. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. I want my cards to at least do something, right? Like, I want them to maybe tap for mana. Like, if it finds mana dorks, that's not the end of the world, because then all of these are much more easily castable. I would maybe shave 3 or 4 more mana dorks and add more big things. I think I was slightly drowning in the mana dorks department, but it was never that bad to do that. Didn't really feel like the end of the world, right? If I ever randomly found Overwhelming Splendor, I was happy. I could run the thing that finds this, the creature, that the 3-drop that finds an aura, and like have a chance Buxton could hit that card and then just put this to my hand. That's an avenue that you just run that card naturally, right? Overwhelming Splendor is just a good card every time it's in play, right? Some decks can't answer it at all, so it's just a good card. Avacyn is a little disappointing. A lot of things that your opponent does to deal with your board, or let's say a fair amount, 30% of it maybe on average, ignores Avacyn's text box, and then you can't capitalize on a board that cannot be destroyed, because River's Rebuke, Cyclonic Rift, a lot of white removal. Anything Phelia could run, so all the O-Rings, Oblivion Rings, all that jazz, Journey to Nowheres, Swords to Plowshares. Blue has a bunch of bounce spells. White has a bunch of things that make you lose text, so like the Humiliates, Frogifies. Green has a Frogify, the Kenris transformation. So Avacyn does not just win the game. And there are probably better things than Avacyn on 8 to hit. I don't really like Cityscape Leveler, though. I would maybe even just change it to... I wouldn't say Zetalpa is better than Avacyn, but Zetalpa is a funny card, and I do be liking my Zetalpas. It's been a while since I've played one. Man, I love Zetalpa. I think I made a video of Zetalpa in the Command Zone. That was fun. Just the biggest white deck. Should try to recaptivate my youth, my youngin days. I think the random hits other than mana dorks were fine. I did like that. Court of Calling was a card I hadn't really played much of, but it's just solid, and I don't hate it. Thalia is probably nonsense. I don't really think taxing my opponent by 1, is that exciting whatsoever, and I don't really care about it. My deck is, what, 45 creatures, like 4 instants. Yeah, I don't really care about it, and I have so much mana in play, the tax is borderline non-existent. This just skips the tax if I hit a non-creature card. I don't even have to cast it. I could have put Portal to Phyrexia in here as just a thing to cast from hand, because the downside of or rather the upside, the upside of hitting mana dorks is you can use the mana dorks. You know, like you hit a mana dork. Well, guess what? You have a mana dork now, and you can spend it on things in hand. So I could cast big stupid stuff, and that's one of the cards that's just good, right? It's just a good card, so Portal to Phyrexia should probably just be in here. I really don't like Thalia. It feels like it's completely out of place. Gala Greeters could be in here. However, if you hit it off of your commander, it doesn't trigger off of itself. And then if it died, you just didn't get anything. It's really weird. There's cards that like you would think are really cool, and then you in practice it doesn't work with Buxton's text box, and it's like you're borderline pushing yourself back in the green-white ramp department, and your commander is just an afterthought, which is a little unfortunate. But I wouldn't say it's that deep because you can cast it and just draw 1, 2, 3 drop randomly and put them into play. So I like it. I do like it. Cultivate and Flare are weird. Maybe I didn't need Cultivate. It could have just been a Topiary Stomper, because at least I could hit it off of this. Topiary Stomper has Vigilance, though, so it's a little hard to tap it. But, I mean, you get the idea. Just more toolbox silver bullet things for this to hit, even though it's far more random now, as in it's completely random and you have no control over it, which is extremely disappointing. I think it's a complete missed opportunity. In my head, I didn't even put it together that's not how it read. It's a missed opportunity that you can't target it. This is literally worse than Captain Sisay. Like, just play Captain Sisay. Convoke cards from Amara's spellbook, that would be worth it than 99? Not in my opinion. I don't think this is a Convoke deck. I think that if you look at this in Convoke Matters, it's a trap. If you could really finagle the mana value X and target a 6, target a 7, fine. But you can't. So no, this is not a Convoke deck. It really isn't. You would just put Amara in the command zone. This having Convoke is completely irrelevant from what I believe is the only way this could be played, which is a bunch of mana dorks that can tap themselves without going into the red zone. Otherwise, you're playing a bunch of mana dorks, or a bunch of non-mana dorks, 1, 2, and 3, 1-drops, creature tokens like Timely Reinforcements, or whatever the 2-mana Heroic Intervent, whatever the 2-mana one is. I can't remember the 2-mana one. That gives you 2/1 soldiers, 1/1 soldiers. You could play a token strategy because it's got Convoke, but then again, you have to consistently tap those creatures, and if you're just swinging 1/1s into your opponent's 2/2s, you're not getting anywhere with this text box. You're just restricting yourselves to hitting 1 and 2, because a lot of the things you're playing are dying in combat because you must have them tap. So in order for the text box to matter, you really need your creatures to reliably tap themselves. I was thinking about running a bunch of I thought there was maybe an argument to running the Gideon's Law Keeper package and running a bunch of these just so I have ways to, let my creatures tap themselves. Right? Like, it makes sense. It's just, you've now put these in your deck, so Buxton hits Gavany Trapper and you feel like a fool, right? Your 5-mana commander that you spent all this time putting into play with all this mana dorks or whatever. Even if you had a beatdown package, you must tap those creatures for a turn to cast Buxton. So they're essentially mana dorks anyways. Just to randomly roll this, it feels terrible to me to do that, right? All of these are like, why? So I didn't end up going down that road, and I don't think it's a good road to go. Giant Killer's still maybe a decent card, just because it's got like the other side to it, so maybe you could do that one. But the other one's like, I don't want Gideon's Law Keepers in my deck. I like, the thing this hits has to be crucial. Green is just kind of better than white right now in the format anyways, so you're probably going to lean toward the green side, and that just leads you to the ramp side anyways. So it's just makes way more sense to me to run mana dorks over like random things that are terrible, absolutely terrible for Buxton to hit, like Gideon's Lawkeeper. So hitting mana dorks at least lets you then cast big things out of hand if you have them, or just simply be a mana dork sitting in play for whatever happens in the future. There's other things like that, like Shalai, sinking it into Shalai's text box is fine, right? There's things to do with that, but this is not a Convoke deck, excuse me, in my opinion. It's hard to make a Convoke deck. There's not a lot of Convoke cards in the game anyways, And Amara is just the best one. Amara is so good with the Convoke thing that, like, there really isn't a reason to play Buxton as a Convoke thing when you could just play. I wouldn't even play Buxton in my Convoke deck. Like, if Amara was in the command zone, I would not play Buxton. Just because it has the word Convoke on it, I'm not sold at all that that has any meaning other than the initial turn in which you cast it. So, like, you tap 5 tokens or whatever that are not mana dorks to play this on whatever turn that is, and then get anywhere from a 1 to 5. Then, like, if you want something higher than an average of 2 the very turn it comes into play, then it would make sense. But I really don't think that in the long run makes sense as or rather as a stronger strategy. This is far and away stronger than that way of looking at this commander. So I didn't go down that route. But as it stood, it was solid. I mean, I liked it. It wins games. It wins games. I like what it's doing. It's unique enough where I can justify saying or recommending it, I should say. Like, I like it. So yeah, that's it. Enough of my ramble. Let me know what you all thought about the deck. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.